So I am finally getting a craft room, which is exciting. I haven't really had a room per se, as just kind of sporadic spaces throughout the house. And I want to have a before of just how I store my crafts as a it's a thing of pride to say how well I've done. Really. So let's get started. My craft stuff has been on all over the house, so I filmed this separate days just so that I could have the entire floor to myself and be able to show you everything. So I'm actually filming this part last, so hopefully everything comes together. But let's start on the first floor. Oy vey, it's organized, it's just everywhere. So first, under the bed. This is mostly yarn stuff. Cotton yarn, random, what is it called? Things I use related to yarn, scissors, stitch markers, yarn clips to store everything, needles, stuff like that. A Afghan basket, yarn, current yarn dump. So really just anything I'm working on roughly now, but don't want to work at it at the exact moment. There's a place for that. And this here is what I'm most excited to get organized, because right now it's just kind of dumped into a basket and hoped for the best, and it's not good. It is card making stuff, specifically my card making stuff that I use when I have people over to make cards. So adorable stamps, look at that, that's so cute. And just it's a huge mess, and I am so excited to get that organized because it is extremely stressful. And really annoying to get at. And then current but not so current yarn dump, so basically stuff that I'm gonna work on eventually, but I don't want to store it in the basement where everything else is. So it's the easy to get to, not so current stuff. As in the way, way back. Ugh. And the funny thing is I have to keep it totally clean so that my dog has a passage to hang out, because that is his room. He has a room, which I will show you next, because it's what's next. But he never uses it. Except for at night. Which, shout out to my dad. He totally made this. It's a dog kennel made out of a table that he got from Goodwill. And he made it for my birthday, and I absolutely love it. So over here, I have rocks that I crochet. I made a fancy one. This is just a practice one, but I gave it away, so I can't show you that. But I will eventually when I get around to it, which is most of my stuff. And my desk is one of the most here-there places. So this is my current notepad of crafty stuff. Like, here's the layout of my craft room. Spoilers. And just current stuff I'm working on. My crochet needle book, yarn book stays over there, usually. And see if I can get it right. Folder for cross stitch, crochet, sewing, I believe. Yeah, that's close enough. Pencils, Sharpies, toothpicks. Oh, and I apologize if I'm shaking a lot. I am a very, very shaky person. X-Acto knives, random office stuff. This is my craziest drawer. It used to be orderly, but then I got too much washi tape. So, washi tape, rulers, stuff, paintbrushes that I use on a regular basis, scissors, tape, and what have you. Oh, swivel X-Acto knife. It's amazing. I love it. And where I store my X-Acto knife cutting board. It's thicker than a sewing one, so that's where I keep that. And that's all for the desk. Over here is random stuff that I have no idea where to keep, so I just keep it in there. And secret Christmas stuff that I won't tell you about, because in case someone in case the person to whom it belongs sees this video. I honestly have no idea what's in there. I know it has a tag, but I moved that stuff. What is this? This is other projects that I'm going to do soon, but I don't have room under the bed, so I keep it there. I need to change out the tag, because that is just confusing. And let's see, going from this side to that side. Oh! Latch hook. I forgot I had that. That'd be fun. Notebooks. Knitting needle / crochet hooks that I don't use on a regular basis, plus other stuff of that sort that I don't know how to use or what its purpose is. Cotton yarn. This is cotton scrubbies, so dish sponges and stuff like that. Finished washcloths. This is scrap Afghan fabric, the yarn for scrap Afghan. Can you even see what I'm doing? Oh well. Ornaments that I'm making for Christmas, and cross stitch stuff. There's other stuff back there. Oh yeah, I moved it, never mind. Let's see. Where I actually keep my knitting needles, a Pringles can. And just drop paper from IKEA, $5. Polyfill, actual scraps of yarn, Christmas crafts that I've yet to finish. Think more washcloths. I have no idea, actually. Yeah, it's just finished washcloths. And while I took that down, I found I have a few things of basket stuff that I recovered from a basket in order to fix another basket. And that's that shelf. Bottle caps way back there for a project in the distant future. That's not going to focus, is it? Oh well, it's just bottle caps. Random craft, etc. So, that almost fell. So, stamps I got from my grandma. A lot of stamps. A lot of stamps. Extra stuff for coasters, like that. I made that, by the way. And just random what have you. And then skip a level. Other card making stuff. I have card kits that are already pre-made. Well, I pre-made them for when friends come over. And let's see. So definitely the hardest organized stuff to get at is the card making stuff. I believe this is camera stuff, yeah. Quilling stuff, general paper, 16 by 16 paper. I don't think anything's in here. Oh, it's heavy. Ah, what is it called? Calligraphy stuff. Actual ink, pot, and quill calligraphy, along with 2 extra fountain pen bits. Camera stuff. Duct tape, and more bottle caps and doorknobs for a project I need to finish yet. So that's that shelf. And I'm not gonna get all of it out. This is, which one is that? Towels for gifts that need to be made up into towels. And there, the bottom one is 2 quilts to be made, so the fabric for them. I believe that is everything in my room. Oh, nope. This side of the bottom of the closet is my current, so I can take it with me to any place in the house, even out of the house, whatever yarn projects that I'm working on. So I have a place for, this is what I'm doing today, this is where it goes. A random thing of, what is it, cross stitch backing. That was too big to put in here, which is my cross stitch embroidery basket. So yes, everything has a spot. It's just to get to that spot is chaotic. I missed a few things on my desk. Cards for card making, crochet patterns, and potato signed by Hank Green. Random tidbit. Okay, yeah, that's this room. Oh, along with a random, oh, not random, you can't even see it, a yardstick. Very useful. I want to get my hands on a meter stick. Americans are so dumb with their metric system. No, with their, I don't even know what it's called. Anyway. Names. Spinning wheel, there we go. That I got a few years ago and have yet to learn. I know how to do drop spindle and I have the basic ideas down, but haven't gotten it yet. There are 2 quilts to be quilted back there. And my fake blocking board that I used for one Afghan, and it got obliterated, so I'm making a new one sometime soon. And in there are t-shirts, which I'm going to make into a t-shirt quilt, along with those t-shirts. And a guide for cup cozies. And batting for the quilts down there. And that is the first floor, I believe. Before I move on to what is actually the first floor, I realized while editing I left out some important information. So about a year ago, my grandma passed away. And as long as I can remember, she's been retired, and her one hobby was quilting. And I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only ones that quilts, so I got most of the stuff. So that's why there's a lot of stuff. If I can figure it out, I'll put a picture of the condensed version of what I received. And that was after I spent a day condensing it. So it was a lot. So I'm very proud of how it got organized. So, continue with the tour. For the first floor, my room is basically this room.
So, oh, you zoomed in way too much. Okay. So what we have is my table, a stool, cutting mats, sewing machine, sewing box, thread, current projects, or at least current projects that can fit in a basket, scraps, more thread, needles, whatever these are called, lint rollers, and cutting rulers. And whenever I wanted to do anything, I would work as much as I could in here and then take the sewing machine over to the kitchen table. And then I'd have to clear off the kitchen table and whatever's happening here and do that. So just to start sewing would take probably 15 minutes, if not more. Up until recently, well, this is the card stamp paper stuff, and up until recently it's been in my mom's closet. So that's been a chore, to say the least. Her stuff, not my stuff. There's more that I use personally. Whoop, wrong light. And let's see how to give the grand tour. So before I got anything from my grandma, this is the fabric that I had and how I stored it. So it's a lot, but not very much compared to what I got now. This is empty. This is cutouts that are triangles, squares, and random other shapes. I don't know. But they were pre-cut or scraps that I cut. Here is scraps that I need to deal with yet. They are just kind of a mess. Let's see. That's not mine. This is unfinished projects that my grandma had. That's squares that are sewn a bit. I don't know what to do with that yet, so I'm leaving it to deal with till later. Here's a little bit more fabric and Christmas. That and that. And over here, this is the crazy part. Here is, what is this? More squares and stuff. Okay, so this is the squares. And this over here are triangles and other odd shapes and pre-sewed squares. So those are the squares. Here are the strips. I have a box to deal with yet. So there's been a lot of time. Most of these are pre-cut. Only a few I did myself, but most of them were cut and just kind of there. So I sorted those. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Let's see. Batting, pillows. I believe this is more batting. Yeah, more batting. Paint stuff, random Christmas crafts, and then the leftover crafts that we had from growing up that I still have some stuff. This is the workshop room. I'm not going to show you because it's not my responsibility and it's not clean whatsoever. And yeah, that's all my brother's Legos. Except for some of this. This is just boxes of stuff. Individual projects. Which leads me to this. Which is... this half is incomplete quilts that
we decided to keep. And of course I'm going to finish eventually. And just the rest of it is zippers, elastic, felt, fat quarters, ribbon, stuff like that. And buttons. And some of the fat quarters and some smaller fabric that I didn't deem small enough to turn into scraps like that, but not big enough to go with the yardage. And now we have the yardage. So, okay, no introduction. It's just, here we go. Smaller stuff, bigger stuff, because I couldn't fit it anywhere. Yeah. All of this was just in a pile. I spent a very long time sorting it and folding it. And, boy, it's a lot. Oh, the drawers are terrible. But that's most of what I got from my grandma. More fabric here. Just odds and ends. Some Christmas, some specific quilts, stuff I had from my open house. They were my table runners that I'm gonna turn into a picnic blanket. And random texture fabrics. So, let's see, flannel. I actually don't know. Burlap, tulle. Yeah, so strange texture stuff that I didn't know where to put. And in this drawer, it's still a mess, but roughly Velcro, cutting stuff, ribbon stuff, more Velcro. This is a mini iron. I didn't get it, but it's like 20 bucks at Joann's, so I figured I'd keep it and see what happens. Let's see, what is this stuff called? They have a specific name. Stencils. Is that what it is? I don't know. Stencils. And then, what is it called? That stuff you iron onto stuff. This is a real cool way to store it. So it just rolls out what you need, and then you can put it back. So, yeah. What is it called? It's got a name. Wonder Under, that kind of stuff. So that's what that drawer is. I believe this is the same, yeah. Interfacing. That's the word I was looking for. Interfacing. So, all of that. And what's this? Oh, a template for Christmas stockings. And this up here is a bit more messy because I'm in the middle of a project and I have been slowly moving stuff downstairs to make it baby safe, because right now it's not baby safe. So what has been here, been like that, is, let's see, sewing patterns. I'm not a seamstress, so I don't have many. I plan to learn at some point, but I am nowhere near there. Extra quilt rulers that I do not use on a regular basis, nor have I used them ever, probably. Hand sewing needles, extra pins, clips, buttons, doodads, stuff like that. Yeah, pins, buttons, clasps, all nice in that. Quilt over me things, I have yet to look more into that, but it's basically a thing that you can visualize the seam allowance, so you'll see what you actually have left. A little drawer with little stuff, pins, safety pins. Pin glove, I think, thimble stuff.
leather stuff that was I even in focus the entire time? Sorry about that. Leather stuff that I didn't know what to do with, so I just put it there. And more pins. And that's the orderly stuff. This is just random stuff that I'm in the middle of a project for. Which I'm in the middle of a project. I don't know. That's that area, which is actually quite nice. I spent a lot of time working on that. Most of that's probably going to stay. Some of the boxes will come, but not many. This is empty at the moment, but it will be filled with something over here. And in this lovely cupboard that is behind a freezer, so you can't really get it open very much, but that fits perfectly. Isn't that nice? I have this lovely monstrosity. So, the main thing that isn't sorted whatsoever, and that I am having trouble envisioning and getting a plan for is, I'm going to put my phone down real quick. There we go. Is this tote here. It's just kind of rickrack stuff. I have a plan for the ribbon, so that's nice. All the ribbon that's on spools and stuff. It's probably still a spool when it's on big. But it's just kind of a lot. I kind of just put it in this tote and hid. So, yeah, it's kind of a lot. I'm not, oh, and you're probably asking why I have so much stuff and not just getting rid of it all. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of anything unless I know that I will not use it because I don't like it or something. I'm not getting rid of it until I have thoroughly discovered what I have. Because it'd be really sad if I found something that, oh, that'd be perfect for a project. Oh, wait a second, that thing that would be great to go with this, I totally just threw out. Or donated or something. So I'm not getting rid of anything until I have thoroughly deciphered through it. And the rest of this is unfinished quilts. There's only a few of them. Only my siblings and myself and my parents' quilts are in here. I believe others that are mostly finished have been sent to other relatives, and they are going to finish it themselves or send it to have someone finish it, so it's their responsibility, because I can't do all that. And what is this? This is unfinished placemats and runners and stuff like that. And this box that I am not going to get out is baby fabric, specifically flannel baby fabric. If there's other baby fabrics that aren't flannel, I think I just have them interspersed, and then like outdoor fabrics and textured fabrics and stuff like that. And I believe that's it for the sewing section. Oy vey. Other random things is a blocking board that is not actually a blocking board, but I've been using it as such, and it is totally dying. I'm going to get a new one eventually, hopefully for Christmas, or before Christmas, because I need it before then. And let's see. I know I'm missing stuff, so, more batting, pillow. I haven't gone through any of the batting yet, because A, I don't have a plan, B, I didn't have the space, and it was easier to keep it in semi-contained bags than lay it out and see what I have and then deal with it, because I was dealing with all the fabric first. Because the fabric was something where it would get smaller the more it's organized, and I don't know if that's the case with batting, so I just kind of left it. And this is my yarn, which I am excited, yarn and whatever that is, tulle? I think it's tulle. I'm excited for this because this is my favorite plan. It's gonna be so much nicer than in a giant tote that I have to dig through every time I want something. And I'm pretty sure that top one tote is mine, but I think it's, I have no idea what it is. Oh, yeah, it's stuff that I don't know what it is, along with extra tubes for the interfacing. I'm doing all these hand motions back here, but you can't even see it. It's stuff like machinery that I don't know which machine it goes to, or what it is, or anything. So again, putting it aside, I'll deal with it later. Let's see, more stuff. This here, this one, is basket stuff. So basketry stuff. I just started this summer, actually, learning that. And I have absolutely no idea how to store it. So if you know anyone who knows, or you yourself know how to store basketry stuff, let me know. I have no idea, and it's kind of a mess. Let's see. And this is the update to the room. Woo. Yeah, it's finally empty, except for table for scale, that's not where it's gonna go, but measurements and planning and stuff. And this is left, which is like an octopus squid monstrosity, but it is going to be put in the cupboard that I'm going to make, so that'll be nice.